And this is the main event of the evening. Please welcome into the arena the challenger for the championship from Blackpool, Brian the Lion Rose.
Well, Blackpool hasn't produced a British boxing champion since dear old Brian London half a century ago. That long wait will end tonight if Brian Rose can produce the fight of his career and pull off a shock win. Rose is 100% dedicated to the boxing. He's even named his baby son Oscar after the great Oscar de la Hoya. Who knows, maybe tonight Brian Rose will be the golden boy of British light middleweights.
Well, he's got a great opportunity here. He's got to take it with both hands. He knows Prince Arron knows what he's up against, but he's very confident.
And Arron coming out with his crew, Bob Shannon, Stacey Sandbach. And Rose will have support here, because he's an adopted Mancunian. He spent the last month living in Greater Manchester and has spent much of the last 5 years in and around the city as well. It says he's an adopted Manc, and he's got plenty of fans here.
And now making his entrance, the champion from Droylsden, Manchester, Prince Arron.
Patriotic entrance for Prince Arron, who had such a tough introduction to the business, thrown into the deep end as a teenager, and after 3 defeats he was considering packing it all in. But a chance meeting with trainer Bob Shannon turned his career around. Victory in prize fight. It was followed by the British light middleweight title last May. Tonight is his first defence, with interest growing in a young man who could be on the threshold of big things. One to watch for 2012, but only if he closes 2011 as still British champion. He's got to take care of business tonight.
Yeah, starting to capture the public's imagination as 6'3" light middleweight. It's a great build, long reach, but he packs a bit of power all of a sudden. Now he's got some belief and he's starting to hit hard.
We take a look at the tail of the tape. Arron freakishly tall at 6'3". Rose is tall himself for a light middle at 6 foot. They both come in just under the weight limit, and the reach not as huge a difference as you might expect, just 3 inches. Arron turned pro in 2006, a year after Rose. He's had more fights, some of them as a real youngster, being chucked in against the likes of John Duddy and Anthony Small. And his KO percentage is low, but of his 4 knockouts, 3 have come in his last 3 fights. So Arron, Bob Shannon was saying, he's really growing into his body now.
Ladies and gentlemen, Frank Maloney Promotions, in association with VIP Promotions and FrankMaloney.com, sponsored by CYC Logistics, Southern Metals, Red Square Vodka, and York Fitness, live and exclusive on Sky Sports HD. Fight Night proudly present 12 3-minute rounds of boxing for the light middleweight championship of Great Britain. The officials once again have been appointed by the British Boxing Board of Control. Official in charge, Richard Jones. Timekeeper at the bell, Andrew East from Warrington. The 3 scoring judges at ringside are Phil Edwards from Preston, John King from Wellingborough, and Victor Lachlan from Paisley. Finally, when the action commences, the star referee in charge of the action, one of Great Britain's finest, Mr. Marcus McDonnell from Twickenham. Introducing to you, firstly, the challenger this evening. Boxing out of the red corner, wearing the black coloured shorts trimmed with gold. At the weigh-in yesterday, he scaled 10 stone, 13 pounds, 8 ounces. His record this evening reads 19 contests, 17 wins, 5 of those wins coming by way of knockout, only 1 defeat and 1 draw. He comes to the ring this evening as the current English light middleweight champion, presenting from Blackpool, Brian the Lion Rose. And opposing him, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the red coloured shorts trimmed with white. At the weigh-in yesterday, he scaled 10 stone, 13 pounds, 12 ounces. His record reads 25 contests, 21 wins. 4 of those wins coming by way of knockout, only 3 defeats and 1 draw. Tonight, he makes the proud first defense of his championship, presenting the light middleweight champion of Great Britain from Dresden, Manchester, Prince Arron. Mr. McDonald with his final instructions, 12 3-minute rounds.
Guys, just put your boat in the dressing room. You know what I expect out of professionals at all times, obey my instructions. Watch your heads, keep it clean. Any questions, Prince? Any questions, fine. Let's go to work.
Well, back in May on the same bill down in Gillingham in Kent, when Brian Rose defended his English title and Prince Arron won this title. These two fellas who've sparred together and who've travelled together, they had breakfast together next morning and speculated on, who knows, one day they might meet in the ring with the British title on the line. That has now come true, and here we go. But Prince Arron in the red, defending his British light middleweight title against Brian Rose. Both fellas with plenty of support. Rose gets in an early marker with a big right hand over the top. But it's going to be interesting to see how Rose copes with the tactics, because he's tall himself for a light middleweight. And Bobby Rimmer, his trainer, was saying he's actually started to get used to boxing upwards and punching upwards when he's had to box downwards in the past. And he said at first he struggled with it, but then he settled down and started to find his range. But as I think the guys were saying in the studio earlier, Glenn, the key surely for Rose is get inside, get past that long raking jab of Prince Arron and try and do some work inside if he possibly can.
That's right, he's got to try and get in and out pretty quick. So far, what he's doing is good. It's a long jab, but he's bringing it back a little bit slow, Arron, and Rose is looking to try and throw a quick right hand.
Quite a thinking fighter, Prince Arron. The first 3 or 4 rounds against Sam Webb. Webb went off at such a fast pace, totally dominated those first 4 rounds. But Arron showed patience, kept his poise, thought about it, worked for his openings, and when the openings came, well, it was only the incredible bravery of Sam Webb that kept him going for almost the full distance. A real thinking man's boxer. Doesn't say a lot, Prince Arron, but he uses his head.
Rose looks pretty sharp and he's quick with his reflexes, looking to get the right hand on. Both just trying to throw a jab. Arron just falling short with his.
Yeah, both these fellas have been through the mill in many ways. Arron, as a teenager, thrown in with the likes of John Duddy in Dublin against Anthony Small in only his 5th fight. Small would go on to win this title. Danny Reynolds, who was an unbeaten prospect before his career just fizzled out. Decent stuff from Rose.
That's certainly not phased Rose. Looks like he's got a game plan.
Arron had a game plan there with that right cross. Just drew his man in, pinged him with it. But after those defeats, he took a year out. Rose getting through with the right hand, and Arron, if he thought he was in for an easy night, and I'm sure he didn't, well, he knows he's not now, because Rose has certainly come out trying to make a statement in this opening session.
Rose has got good boxing skills. He's pretty sharp as well, and it's a good start. Nice and positive from Rose.
That's better from Arron, but Rose showing some defensive qualities, getting out of the way.
pushing that jab out, just hasn't found the range in this round.
Decent start.
What it is now, you're going to the same way all the time. Give me a drink. You're going to the same way all the time. You're not going to your left all the time. So let's see a bit of patience.
Shannon just trying to settle his man down.
You have some success for Arron. Goes to the little bit more in the opening rounds. Good bright start from him. Arron just falling short.
Round 2.
Shannon was saying he wants to see Arron doubling up with the jab and just relaxing and keeping an eye on that over the top right hand from Brian Rose. Been a wonderful partnership, Prince Arron and Bob Shannon. And amazingly, with Arron considering his future after losing to John Duddy, they actually met in a car accessory shop, queuing for products. They were queuing for a tin of car polish, would you believe? They got chatting, and from that, a professional relationship was born, and it's been very successful for both of them.
And right in the Arron corner, he's going to try and double up with that jab. The single jab will be counted by Rose, but the double will work, and that's what he's looking to do.
Very single-minded man, Prince Arron. There was a whisper of a chance at a European title for him. He said, no, I want to win a British Lonsdale belt outright. I want to make this defence and 2 more and give that belt to my mother. That's what he wants to do. Then he'll move on to bigger and better things. And he's a man that won't be rushed. And at 23, of course, he's got time on his side. And who knows, a year from now, if everything pans out according to how they hope it does, Prince Arron and Ryan Rhodes up in our studio could be meeting with British and European belts on the line. Who knows? That would be a very interesting fight indeed.
Well, I'm sure Brian Rose has other ideas and wants to gate crash that party. But it's just a chess match at the moment, just both trying to become the boss with the jab. Neither one really taking over.
Rose is really loading up with single shots and catching him nicely with a little left hook counter there. He's enjoying a very positive start here, Rose. Big underdog, you wouldn't know it the way he started this. And that height advantage of Prince Arron is not really much of a factor in this one so far.
Well, so far, Rose looking very solid, keeping his boxing together well behind a high guard. And Arron just struggling to penetrate that defense.
Really cagey, tentative stuff as they're looking for openings. Better again from Rose. When they do clash like that, he's coming off the better of the two. A little bit better from Arron. He's letting the combination go, getting in with the left hand as well at Rhodes. Rose tries to find something in response.
Rose, good concentration, really switched on, not letting Arron get in with anything. He's straight back with something of his own.
Another fascinating round. Brian Rose has certainly come to me.
What about that? So, you know, get this come a little bit.
Bobby Rimmer in the corner with Brian Rose must be very happy with the way his man has started this one.
Yeah, it's a good start from Rose. Good concentration, the speed's there. He's coming back all the time, and he's just beaten Arron to the punch. And he's the one with the last word.
Round 3 of this British light middleweight title fight. Prince Arron, the champion, in the red. Brian Rose in the black with the gold trim. He's the big underdog. He's the one that's made the bright start. Arron looking still to get that jab going. It's not been much of a factor. You heard Bob Shannon earlier saying, get the jab and double it up. And Arron really struggling to get the radar tuned at the moment.
Yeah, when he does try and throw his punches, he's falling short and he's missing the shots down. He's got to step in behind the punch and start putting combinations together. It's too many single punches.
And too many single punches that are missing as well, Glenn. You look at Rose, who's going to bang out the odd single punch like that left to the body, but they're connecting. In again. Rose drawing Arron in and clipping him with a counter. It's effective stuff, this, from Rose.
Well, I feel Arron's got to really stamp some authority in this fight. He's got to take a few gambles. He's got to go forward and start letting combinations go.
Well, he won't be panicking. Remember, he was 4 rounds adrift after 4 rounds against Sam Webb before he eventually managed to work things out and detonate that big right hand that turned the fight upside down.
And he had the right idea there, just didn't quite work, still missing. I think the defense is very good of Brian Rose.
Well, Bob Shannon was saying that Prince Arron is in the best shape he's ever seen him, and he said, I know all trainers say that, but Arron looks anything but in good shape right now. The way Rose is picking him off, a nice combination got through, and was there a little dip at the legs there as well, and Arron catches a right hand as Rose continues to pick his shots to perfection.
You know, it looks to me that Prince Arron's been taken by surprise here. I don't think he expected Rose to be as sharp and as switched on, and he needs to take the play away. Now he's starting to push forward. He's got to let some combinations go.
It's Rose that's landing the shots that matter. And if the first 2 rounds were not too good for Prince Arron, this 3rd round has been very, very shaky for him. Rose is growing in confidence in there. He's got a game plan, he's sticking with it, and it's working so far.
Yep, defense not letting him down. Rose very, very tight. Hands held high.
We didn't see this one coming. Well, they're playing the mind games already in the Prince Arron corner. Bob Shannon saying, you're the champion and you're going to be the champion, but not according to those stats. A very positive start from Brian Rose.
And just looking at him in the corner, the signs were he's just starting to look at the floor a bit. He's getting a little bit dejected. They're trying to G Prince Arron up in the corner, just losing a little bit of confidence.
Talking about mind games, that's been such a feature for Brian Rose the last couple of years after that awful fight when he won the Central Area title against Jason Rushton, and Rushton, of course, in such distress afterwards. They went to see him in hospital. He was in a very bad way, and he lost to Max Maxwell after that, and said he was still messed with his head. He had to go and see a sports psychologist in Manchester, Emma James, and he said, if I hadn't seen her, my career would have been over. She saved my career.
And he might be giving away height and reach, but it's Rose who's winning the battle of the jabs.
And who would have predicted that? Arron is the champion. He's got the physical advantages. He's got to stamp himself on this fight, and is so far failing to do so. And that's because of the work that Rose is doing. Just a little telling off there from Marcus McDonald. The champion just looking a little bit tight and tense in there, thinking about things too much. There's no flow to his game at the moment at all.
Yeah, you can't get any sort of momentum going, you can't get into a rhythm, and being beaten to the punch again. It's Rose that has the last punch going in there.
That's what I've noticed, Glenn. His attacks are quite crude. Rose sees them coming, and then he punishes him with counters as well, so that when Arron does start to unload, he gets caught himself. And nothing will sap your morale quicker than that.
Well, Arron's coming in with a single jab or a double jab, but then he doesn't have anything behind that. And he's allowing Rose to hit him straight back.
And that right hand over the top, it's so simple, but it's working and it's effective for Brian Rose. Again, Arron out of range. just has not settled down, and this is a real surprise that he can't find his range. And it's Rose, the shorter man, that is just picking him off.
Just somehow doesn't quite look right. Doesn't look like he's enjoying it in there at all, Arron. Just a bit tentative with his own punches, as if he's expecting something coming back from Rose.
He looks right now like the underdog challenger that's making the step up in class and isn't quite sure if he believes in himself, Prince Arron. It should be the other way around, and you've got to credit Brian Rose, who gets another one of those overhand rights, and they're there all night for him. Arron lunges in, he gets caught with those right hands over the top. That's better. Good left uppercut got through from Arron. Best punch of the fight from him.
He needs a lot more of those.
Try that left hook over the top as well, mate. You know what I mean?
Bobby Rimmer brought in a couple of 6'4" sparring partners to the gym in Stalybridge to help Rose prepare for this one.
See, there it is. That's the story of the fight so far. Anything Arron does, Rose does better.
Well, round 5 is where Prince Arron made it all happen for himself when he won this title against Sam Webb in Gillingham back in May, having been outboxed and certainly outworked through the first 4 rounds. Will history repeat itself here? He certainly needs something to change things up a little bit, although that nice left uppercut at the end of round 4 will give him a platform to build from.
Well, we're going to have to see a little bit of devil coming into the work of Prince Arron. He's got to start just standing still and letting punches go. He's waiting for single shots. He needs combinations, 3s and 4s.
And he needs to improve his accuracy as well, Glenn. He's tentative. And when he does throw his punches, they're off target, and he does get caught on the counter as well. Not been a good night for him at all so far. It's a bit better. There's another one of those uppercuts.
That was more like it. Now
was
he's
a glint.
throw a combination.
There was a glint in his eye there, Glenn. Sorry to interrupt you. He knew, Arron, that had landed. Starting to find a little bit of confidence here, the champion, perhaps. Rose needs to step the work rate up a little bit. I wonder if Rose got shaken by that uppercut, and he was a bit out of range again. The place went crazy as he threw that combination, but they missed badly, and so did that lead left. So Rose just going through a little bit of a sticky patch here for the first time. Good doubling up of the jab from Arron. This is better.
Suddenly he's just starting to find rhythm. He's just starting to get his punches on target.
Well, Rose just needs to settle down and find a little something, and these left jabs are starting to snake out with a little bit more venom. Right hand over the top, just ducked inside Rose, so he avoided the full force of that. But Arron is starting to believe in himself a little bit here in this 5th round. It's starting to flow for him. That was a good left from Rose. He needed that.
Starting to fancy it a little bit more, you feel, Prince Arron.
Well, he's giving little nods to Rose every time Rose lands. He'd leave a little nod as if to say, is that it? Is that as good as it gets? The confidence is starting to come back into the champion. Good right hand. Rose comes back with a response. They're on their feet here in Wigan. Good 5th round. It really has caught fire now, this British title fight.
As nights get cold and jingle bells ring, David Attenborough presents The Bachelor King. Celebration time, festivities too. Lord of the Dance performs for you. Astounding tales from a world apart. and a chance for Scrooge to change his heart. Battles commence across the land. Faith and courage are close to hand. Great entertainment for all to see. Christmas time on Sky 3D.
Time out, double that jab up, do the feinting now. It's all yours now.
And suddenly it's a more relaxed corner.
Yeah, it was the right hand of Arron's that connected. Rose just fell short. And we sense that Prince Arron growing in confidence, starting to get the timing.
Well, this is a really big round for Brian Rose. Looking so smooth and comfortable through the first 4 rounds. But round 5 was not a good one for him. He needs to show that that was just a little blip, a one-off. And he needs to get back to what he was doing earlier. And he must not let Prince Arron start to grow in confidence and self-belief. If he does, he'll be in trouble. So a huge 3 minutes this for the challenger. And it's Arron who's making the faster start.
Well, we know Arron can tough it up if he needs to. We've seen that before. So great character coming back from those early losses. 2 bad stoppages as well. Putting the British title.
Starting to do some damage with that right hand now, Arron, as well. Just switched it downstairs there. Almost landed a real beauty. Oh, that was good. Good straight left from Rose. And Arron felt that. That's what Rose needs. With this jab becoming more and more of a factor now, the longer the fight goes on. And so much for Arron flows off that jab. If that's working, everything else clicks into place.
He's starting to loosen up a little bit now, isn't he, Prince Arron? Starting to look to try and get the shots off.
He tried there, but Rose did a really good job of parrying those and blocking them. But that's a good response from the Blackpool man as well. Very solid combination. So you get the sense that Rose may be steadying the ship after that rocky 5th round. He doesn't want to be backed into a corner. He really doesn't want to be on those ropes.
He's done some good things in this round, Rose, but Arron coming back at him now.
Good left
He's
hook.
got to reply.
Yeah, a bit of showboating and kidology from Arron, but that was a good left hook that landed from Rose. Scoring punches.
Both having their successes in this round.
Some of those jabs are getting caught on the gloves as well. It's not been quite the round we were expecting from Arron. It's much better from Brian Rose's perspective. Well, again, trying to force the pressure, and Rose this time grins as if to say, come on, you can do better than that. There's a lot of psychology going on in that ring. Never mind the boxing.
You're not moving your head, you've got to keep moving your head a little bit now and feints with him now. Because if you don't let him get any confidence in the
Both
fight,
corners
start feinting with him, start pushing
with some work to do here. There's Rose with a good start. A good 5th round for Arron. That 6th round a lot more even. Arron looks ready for action, but so too does Brian Rose. When the questions were getting asked, Rose was coming up with some answers. This is good stuff from the Blackpool man. Can he keep it going? If he can, there's every chance this title is going to be changing hands. Better work with the jab from Arron here. That's much better. Solid punches getting through.
You want to see something come behind that jab, though. too many jabs. He's starting to work that, but you want the right hand and the left hook. He needs to start doing more.
I wonder if he might be setting him up for an uppercut with these jabs. It's a punch he loves. Little left hook landing from Rose. Real cat and mouse stuff in there at the moment. Right hand getting through from Rose, just to the side of the head.
It's all cagey work from either man, but hasn't really set fire yet. I feel it will.
Yeah, strange, isn't it, then, because they're almost getting bogged down again.
Neither one wants to commit. Neither one wants to make a mistake. They know the other fighter's ready to capitalize.
Well, on my card, if one of these fellas has to take a risk, it's Prince Arron. He did not have a good first 4 rounds. And he needs to really stamp some class on these middle rounds. Slips a punch well, Arron. There's a couple of right hands in this round that he's just twisted the head away so that the full force doesn't really connect. But that was a good left hook from Rose, who's mixing it up well.
Yeah, just getting his focus back again. Finishing the combinations off well and just doing that little bit more. Rose.
Right hand over the top again from Rose. And a little telling off for the champion. Really cagey stuff. Rose looking to draw his man on so he can catch him with one of those overhand rights. Doesn't work. They really cancel each other out in this round.
Yeah, they have. Probably a little bit more work's been done by Brian Rose, though.
Well, if it comes down to the old cliche of who wants it the most, these two fellas are both very, very hungry fighters who will do whatever it takes to win. And Glenn, I think your scorecard pretty much reflects mine as well.
Yep, just pulling away a little bit. Just pulling away a little bit. 4 points. So the better work from Rose.
The dedication really from both fellas. Rose, who left his partner Danielle and baby son Oscar for a month to live in Manchester to prepare for this fight. That's a big sacrifice. And Prince Arron, well, he paid his own way to go with Bob Shannon to LA as part of the preparation for the Matthew Hatton-Saul Alvarez fight, when he sparred at the Maywood Gym in LA and at the Wild Card as well. Did it all for himself just to get some experience. So these two fellas are prepared to pay the price. Well, which one of them is going to have the success in this one? Another one of those right hands from Rose lands. And again, Arron looks for something clean, can't find it. Haven't seen him throw the uppercut for a couple of rounds. He had a bit of success with it.
He needs to start throwing something. He's got to really, it's getting in dangerous stages when he's just getting a bit too far behind Arron. He's really got to put his foot down, start getting some punches going.
Oh, good right hand again from Rose. Well, Arron tries to find a reply and misses. Didn't miss with that. Good right hand gets through.
He's going to take Arron to gamble a little bit now. He's got to start throwing more punches, more combinations need to go in. A little bit of devil he's got to show.
Turn his focus back here, Rose. Just missing with that right hand. Arron slipping inside it. Still having trouble landing clean here. This is good defensive work from Brian Rose.
Yes, he's kept his boxing together very well, Rose. The defense has always been good. Concentration, bang on.
Got him with the left. The right hand missed, but he followed up with the left, Arron. But again, just needs to keep the pressure on. Needs to start throwing some combinations. Because at no point has he really wobbled Brian Rose. There was that good uppercut back in round 5. That shook him a little bit. But that's about the only punch that I can remember Prince Arron landing that had Rose in any kind of trouble at all.
Well, I think he's getting to the stage now where Bob Shannon in Arron's corner is going to start to have to read the riot act. Needs more from his man.
A lot more. Now let's hear if he does read the riot act. Because he really needs to step up his game here, Prince Arron, although because that belt may be disappearing.
Listen, you see that? Double jab, he stepped over the right and caught him with the right hand. Yeah. That's what you've got to do. You know that double jab you do? You did that bandage jab? Yeah, we've done it, yeah. You know that double jab you did? You did a double jab, you stepped right over and stepped right hand down the middle, you caught him clean. That's what you need to do. Change your step, and step across to your right.
You're right.
Right down the front.
Right, come on then, fix up. Step it up now. Arron, you've got to win every round now. Right?
Listen, this is the way you
liven up.
This is the way. Right, listen.
Let's have it.
Right. Double jab, step across with the right hand, right? Double jab, step across him and throw your right hand yourself, right? Get that jab busy. All you got to do is jab yourself, right? Jab yourself.
Let's have it. Come on. Let's have it.
Well, you heard what they said, Bob Shannon. Double jabs. Got to jab your way to success, and I think they're absolutely right, Glenn, that he's got to win every round if he's going to have any chance of hanging onto his belt.
Yeah, I think they know in the corner this is starting to get tough. He just doesn't know what to do to break through the guard of Rose, to start taking them apart.
Well, credit to Bobby Rimmer as well here, the trainer of Brian Rose. I think he's got his game plan absolutely spot on. Not sure if Bobby's ever had a British champion. It's long overdue if that's the case. There's still a long, long way to go before anybody starts celebrating anything. This has been quite a performance from Brian Rose, who came in as quite a big underdog. The guys in the studio certainly thought Arron would win. Certainly was a feeling I had. I think you had it as well, Glenn, but Rose came out and made a statement right from the start.
I'm quite surprised by the performance of Arron. Never really getting into this fight. His rhythm hasn't been good, and his accuracy definitely not on. And I think when it gets to that, you've got to dig deep. You've got to grit your teeth. You've got to start throwing shots.
Good body shot, right hand to the body from Arron. But Rose finding something in response, as he has done so often tonight. He had that little spell in rounds 5 and 6, Arron, where the confidence was flowing, the body language was really good, and you could see it in his eyes that he fancied it. But that's gone again. Went for the uppercut, didn't connect. That could have been interesting. Rose saw it.
But all too often it's been single punches, even the uppercut, you know. You've got to be throwing the uppercut, the left hook's got to come behind it. If the first one misses, the next one's going to hit.
That's better, just like that. The right was parried, but the left got through.
Arron trying to get that descent of the rings, trying to get that jab working, but it's a jab from Rose that connects. Brings cheers from the crowd.
That was a very good jab as well from Rose. Just snap the head back. That always gets the crowd going. And there's another couple of left hands getting through. And whenever you think Arron's about to get on top in this fight, Brian Rose finds something in response to tip it back in his favour. It's really good stuff, this, from the Blackpool man. Gritting his teeth, determined, focused, and quite possibly on his way to a big upset win here. Well, I think we all thought Prince Arron was going to do the business tonight, including Ryan Rhodes. Ryan, what are you saying now?
Big shock. Brian Rhodes is boxing fantastic. He's boxing to a game plan. He's making even Prince Arron fall short with his shots. To me, Prince Arron needs a knockout the next 3 rounds. I mean, he's catching him with the overhand right every single time. He's boxing brilliantly, and this is the thing. What I'm saying, everybody, they've sparred with each other. They've already got a game plan worked out in their head how each other boxes, and he's boxing brilliantly at the minute. And like I said, Prince Arron needs a knockout over the next 3 rounds.
Have to agree with you there, Ryan. It was so interesting. Ryan and I were having a chat pre-fight, Glenn, and we were both of us just saying, well, you know, if Ryan wins the European title and Prince Arron makes these defences of his Lonsdale belt, this happened, that happened. It's the old story in boxing. You start looking too far down the line, something comes along and bites you. And he's getting stung by a Rose at the moment, Prince Arron, and needs a huge finish. And as Ryan Rhodes said, in all probability, certainly needs to put his man on the floor and may need to knock him out.
He just seems to have all the moves. It looks as if he's learnt more in sparring, Rose. Knows exactly what he's got to do just to nullify anything Arron tries to get going.
Well, Bobby Rimmer brought those 2 skyscrapers in to spar with Brian Rose, the 2 6'4" fellas. Just teaching Rose basically to punch upwards, which he's had to do so little of throughout his career. And Arron, as Bob Shannon would say, doesn't particularly enjoy sparring. He's not a heavy sparrer. I wonder if he might be paying the price for that here a little bit.
The battle of the jabs. It's Rose that's winning.
That shouldn't be happening, Glenn.
Shouldn't be. But his jab is lackluster, Arron's.
There's a good right hand from Arron.
There's no grit, there's no bite in it. And, you know, if he's going to lose his title, it's a pretty lame way to do it. He's got to really start throwing lots more punches.
That was better, but it does seem now that when Arron lands, Rhodes absorbs it. You got the adrenaline flowing. The belief certainly flowing. And this small ring, and it is a little ring, certainly seems to be suiting the Rose style.
Jab's been a bit better in this round from Arron. He's just starting to get a bit of focus. He's trying to G himself up a bit and put a bit more power behind that jab.
That was a bit better from Arron, but he's not going to jab his way to a victory here. He's got to really start unloading. Good right hand. It's a little bit better from Arron, but needs to keep it up. He's really got to go through the gears here and take some risks. Good response again from Rose. And really good stuff from Rose. His supporters on their feet, just gritting his teeth, grinding this one out. Big punches landing. Both men looking tired on the bell, and it's all getting a bit ragged. And Arron close to losing his temper there. Marcus McDonald just wrapping him up. Well, it almost boiled right over there. And you heard Bob Shannon just say, let's calm this down. That's in both their interest. But that shows what kind of a frustrating night it's been for Prince Arron.
Get your head on it. Tired. He's tired now. Remember all this thing
Well, we're not right at the end of that round. It all got a bit messy. They both seemed to land. Then they got tangled up. And then the bell went. And Rose tried to throw a punch. Arron didn't like it.
Well, it's no good Arron getting angry now. He's got 3 minutes to do that in. Not during the interval.
Work the jab.
No, it was better work for Arron for the first 2 minutes of that round with the jab. Then he let it slip a little bit at the end. May have just done enough to steal that one. But still a long way behind.
Round 11, and Marcus McDonald just making sure everybody's calm. I think it all has calmed down. But just in case, the referee letting everyone know what their business is. So round 11, and Prince Arron, if Glenn's scorecard is to be believed, and I know the guys in the studio are of a similar mind, Prince Arron needs to find a stoppage in the next 5.5 minutes.
But the rounds are open to interpretation because none of them have had big rounds, have they? You know, you're picking just little bits in each round of what could change the verdict.
The thing for me, Glenn, Brian Rose just put those first 4 rounds in the bank when Arron just couldn't get going at all. I think that's going to be a big difference maker in this one. And again, he's walking. That's just a push. The push comes slip. Rose landed with a decent left hand just before he was pushed to the floor as well. Nothing going right for Prince Arron. It's all got a bit messy and scrappy the longer it's gone on. That's going to suit Rose.
Well, Arron needs big rounds. He's not getting them. And I think the whole feel of this fight, it just looks as if the British title might be changing hands.
Well, as you say, who knows how a judge views it. As the last few rounds have been closer, for me, Rose has always found a response. You keep waiting for Arron just to really stamp some authority on the fight. And apart from that 5th round, when he did look good, he hasn't been able to do so. Another good left hand coming in from Rose, and a right hand lands from Arron. And the bombs are flying now.
Well, this is a little better from Arron. Rose has got to keep that high guard up. Don't lose concentration now.
I think he heard you there as he teed up the right hand, Arron, and Rose had that guard high. Just out of range again. But again, Arron just really needs to be dominating these rounds. And he might be pinching them, but that's all. He still hasn't unsettled Rose.
Not doing a great deal in this round, Rose.
Missing badly there. But again, not really paying the price. Tied his man up really quickly. That's clever from Rose. Good straight left jab from the challenger. Again, it's another one of those rounds, Glenn. You almost toss a coin on it. There's Prince Arron fiddling and fudging his way back into this fight. Has he left it way too late? Certainly, again, you look at the body language, it's not great in there.
Last round. You had him going there and you let him off. You've got to do it right down to the last round. How much do you want to say that?
12 from last round, okay?
Listen, look at me. How much do you want this? Well, you've got to fight for your life. You've got to get 2-handed now. And push him, then you push him back. You've got to be the lion. You are the lion. Double jab, right hand.
Well, you heard what they said in that corner. What are they saying in this corner?
You do this now, you're champion. Okay? All right, son, come on. Hands up, don't fall for it. Keep going, keep working, keep boxing, keep moving. Yeah? That's all you've got to do. Come on, son.
Well, two veteran trainers, I think they know the score. Bobby Rimmer in Brian Rose's corner saying, you win this round, you're the champion. And Bob Shannon saying to his man, how much do you want it? And you heard Prince Arron say, with my life. It means that much to him. Have a look at your card, Glenn. Well, if you're to be believed, Arron needs to put Brian Rose on the floor and keep him there.
Well, I think just judging by what they're saying in the corner, I think they think that as well. He's behind, he knows it. It hasn't been a good night for him. He's missed far too much, hasn't had any rhythm. But, you know, he just hasn't had that grit and determination. He hasn't looked like it means the world to him, that Lonsdale belt.
Through from Rose. The game plan hasn't changed. The high guard, the right hand's over the top. Banging out the left jab. Just keeping Arron at distance, not letting him do what he wants to do. Clever stuff.
Well, Rose hasn't took any chances. He's just had good concentration. The defense has been spot on throughout. He's made Arron miss. He's countered. He's always done a little bit more. And so far, the game plan seems to be working perfectly.
Nice right hand from Arron. He needs to get right on top of him again. Rose has looked solid so far. Can Arron yet find a grandstand finish? And Rose going into his shell a little bit. He's starting to think about this, thinking how close he is. That could be dangerous.
Well, he'll know. He's heard Bobby Rimmer say, we're so close, just this round to get through. He'll not want to take any chances. He's kept it so good all the way through.
Minute left. Rose is keeping everything together. They're urging him on in Arron's corner, but to no avail. And it's the Rose supporters you can hear in full voice. He's finishing the stronger. He's finding something extra here as well in this last minute. Tremendous performance from Brian Rose. He didn't listen to the experts. He didn't doubt himself. He started off with authority and another left. Schultz, the head of Prince Arron, back. It's been a tough, tough night for the champion, who may soon be an ex-champion.
Well, he can't take a chance now, Rose. Got to keep himself together. Arron's looking for the right hand. He wants the one punch that could end it all.
And he's left it way too late. Well, Brian Rose is celebrating. Prince Arron is half-heartedly raising a hand in the air. The kidology will start now, but it's unbridled joy in the Rose camp. And it's Arron hoping that he gets the judge's call. But I think most people at ringside, and I know you, Glenn, and I know the guys in the studio, have all seen this the same way. This title should be changing hands.
Yeah, it looks that way. The crowd certainly feel that. Their man done enough. Great game plan. He kept it all the way through. The concentration was spot on. He didn't take any chances, didn't do anything silly, just countered so well. The defense was excellent.
And Prince Arron, it has to be said, never really found a second gear there. He never changed anything up. He had that one big uppercut in round 5. We barely saw that again. It was a flat performance from Arron tonight.
It was a very flat performance. He just didn't have any extra moves. It just seems as if Brian Rose knew exactly what to do, as if he'd concentrated. He took more from all this sparring together.
Well, they both had a full camp. They both came in terrific shape. But Arron walked in with that belt. Will he be walking out with it? Or will Brian Rose have his rehabilitation complete after that awful night against Jason Rushton? And Arron, well, there's hardly the face of a defending champion, is it? I think he knows the painful truth that he's about to hear. Our MC is Michael Pass.
Ladies and gentlemen, After 12 rounds of championship action, we have a split decision.
Wow.
Judge Phil Edwards scores the contest 115 to 114 for Arron. Judge John Keane scores the contest 117 to 113 for Rose.
So it comes down to Victor Loughlin.
Judge Victor Loughlin scores the contest 116 to 113 for the winner by way of split decision. And he is the new
it's Rose.
middleweight
And it had to be.
Great Britain from Blackpool.
Blackpool has a British boxing champion for the first time since Brian London. It's been a long, long, long wait.